Welcome to my first Legacy gameplay. So today I'm bringing you Mono Black Reanimator. Yes, Mono Black Reanimator. This is a 5-year-old deck and I'm trying to get a spin out of it, or well, see if it's still worth playing. This is actually a version of Reanimate Depths, wherein we're capitalizing the ability of Dark Depths and the synergy with Vampire Hexmage, being that we also are running Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth. The idea here is that turn 1 Urborg, turn 2 Dark Depths, and Vampire Hexmage hopefully win on turn 3. Now we put this combo here because our deck is actually Reanimator. So that's why we are splitting our threats into graveyard and non-graveyard threats. Graveyard threats, obviously, we have Grizzled Brand, one of the best Reanimator targets out there. We also have Villis, which combos nicely with our Reanimate. When it targets, you lose 8 life and draw 8 cards immediately when it comes to play. Arcana Quilty, Elish Norn, and Grave Titan, which basically is also a reanimation target, plus is an out if there are Graveyard Hate main. You can hardcast it via Lake of the Dead and some Dark Rituals. Other than that, this is basically your black disruption package with Thoughtseize, Collective Brutality, and Unmask. Right. Other than that, you have your Reanimate and Exhume. Let's go to the sideboard. We have Iona, is also a staple for reanimation decks. Leyline of the Void as against graveyard-centric decks. Grief as a sort of hedge when we're playing on game 2, where we want to disrupt our opponent as much as possible as against combo decks. Feed the Swarm to eliminate our opponent's Leyline or Rest in Peace. Surgical Extraction as an added hate for those decks that don't fully rely on their graveyard but has a graveyard recursion theme like Life from the Loam or Uro. And finally, a one-off Pithing Needle, usually for Caracas. Alright, that's it. Now on to the gameplay. Okay. Right. So, opponent goes first. We don't know what their deck is, but we do have a Collective Brutality into Hexmage. Is this a good thing? So this hand can just go Collective Brutality into Vampire Hexmage, Collective Brutality, Vampire Hexmage, attack, play Dark Depths, and that's it. Or is it worth showing Vampire Hexmage on turn 1? Maybe you can just go Lotus, Collective Brutality, Lotus Petal. I mean, the Dark Depths play, so I'm gonna keep it. Opponent goes first. So we're against Marcy Man. Let's see if they are showing some chats. Nope. Tundra, Ponder, turn 1 Ponder. Okay, I see how it is. So that's a snow-covered stuff. Can I start with a snow-covered swamp, Lotus Petal? Pass the turn. Surprise, I did nothing. I hope I get some Thoughtseize action. Oh, that's a Vampire Hexmage. Hexmage. Can I go Dark Ritual into Vampire Hexmage, or can I just cast Vampire Hexmage right here? Yeah, I'll just try to take it slow. So, good news. It's turn 2. We're not dead yet. Brainstorm. Coolness. Brainstorm into... Really cool about Vampire Hexmage is that it also kills the fairy. This is Swords to Plowshares, Exile, Gain, short. Okay, I just need a Thoughtseize, an Unmask, any of those. Another Vampire Hexmage. So yeah, I think I can still take it slow. On the turn, this is another Swords. Okay. 3 Swords. I wonder... That's Villis. Okay, so that's Villis. Can I cast it? Don't think so. Can I start with Collective Brutality? Start with Collective Brutality and then expend the Lotus Petal to cast Hexmage. Okay. Let's see what you have. Okay. Force. Okay. Can I go Dark Ritual here? Playland. Cast Vampire Hexmage. That's the turn. Okay. Okay, we win. So I have no idea what their deck is, but it seems like it's a control variant. I think I'm also on the fence whether I wanted to sacrifice it to target Dark Depths, because I'm not quite sure what their sets are. They could be playing like what do you call this? They could be playing Solitudes, which most likely they are, I think. But goes to show, all right, against this deck, so Elish Norn I think is not as great as what we intended it to be. kind of like the graveyard package still. I really like putting in some of the Greaves in. So can I put in 4 of the Greaves? I always like putting this one. It's a lot of like hand disruption as well. So because that's the case, do I want to remove the Villas? Because there's nothing to remove anyway. And then I think Entombs are great. Thoughtseize are awesome, I would say. I love Thoughtseize. Can I go something like this? Maybe I'm overdoing it like that. We have 2 Grizzled Brands, an Archon that we can reanimate. Plus we have a pseudo reanimation here with Griefs. So okay, let's submit. Playing a budget deck in Legacy. What more do we want? Yep. Okay, that's an Exhume, Entomb, Reanimate. Can I keep it? I think I can keep it. We do have an Entomb, Reanimate stuff. Okay, it's a Lotus Petal. Okay, so no covered. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Entomb, Grizzle Brand, Reanimate, Force of Will. Okay, Dark Ritual, Exhume. Do you have another one? Hopefully not. Okay, sounds good. Yes, sir! Get wrecked! So, what's the first thing that we can do here? I think I can unmask, right? Or just Thoughtseize. Is it that better? I think I can just unmask pitching into Terminus Narset. Okay, so I guess that would be Narset Parter of Veils. I mean, I can go out and take the Terminus if they go. Nah, I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, that's fine. Let's seize you, Narset, and here you go. Just pass the turn. Good job. Okay, sounds good. Yup, we got him. We got him. So we won the die roll. Alright, we got one. We won the die roll. We're against FGC. So this hand is quite strong. We have a Reanimate and Vampire Hexmage. However, we don't have the thing to reanimate. So I'm gonna mulligan this, unfortunately. Grizzle Daddy into Vampire Hexmage. Exhume. I think I can keep this. Keep this. I think I can bottom Grizzle Brand because I'm going for the Vampire Hexmage route. So because I don't know what they're playing, I can just cast our Lotus Petal here. Let's see if they have any interaction here. So deep in the tank, that means that they have an interaction. They're playing blue. I'm not sure about the statistics, but in my mind, like Legacy decks has a lot of blues. Probably 30% might be. I haven't checked the math. This is just like from my thought experience, so sort of count that as experience. I bet. So because I don't need to cast Vampire Hexmage right now, I don't have to do anything per se, unless they want to like remove my Lotus Petal, in which case that might be an issue. But I couldn't think of a deck that can remove a Lotus Petal on turn 0. So that's blue. Let's ponder. Okay. So is it also another control variant? Land, please. Oh, that's an Exhume. Okay, here's a Vampire Hexmage. I'm going for it. Do they have... Okay, there you go. Dark Day! It's the day. Dio double J. Surprise! It's like, okay, this deck is so 2017. I know. I know. So what could the opponent be thinking right now? They could be thinking like, oh, I could basically like do a or try to read the Dark Depths. It says flying, indestructible. It would be cool if it has, because he's thinking I could have like the not of this world hand. But no, you're mistaken. I don't have those. Me lord, me don't have those, me lord. Okay. Okay. All right. Another one. DJ Khaled. So, alright, because I think they don't know that we're a graveyard deck. They might be thinking that we're a rainbow. So there's a deck, Dark Depth Rainbow. I don't know what they're playing, so Elish Nor is kind of out. Same thing, I would be sideboarding how we sideboard a while ago. Grizzle Daddy, Unmask. Yep. Because functionally, they do the same. And yeah, submit it again. Plus Graveyard Titan, I think I'm more inclined to be able to cast a Graveyard Titan than a Grizzlebrand or Villis, both of which are 8 to cast. So we are at that. Plus Grief, I can actually hard cast here. We're mostly like we're playing of a sort of like pseudo 21 lands. So 7 plus 4 is 20. Yeah. Meh. I was just thinking, okay, I should have countered the Vampire Hex Mage. I don't know. I don't know. I hope the old switcheroo. So that's the beauty about this type of deck. This is the way I was thinking that it would function. If we're lucky enough, we could just functionally draw one side of the combo, which would be our Dark Depths and Vampire Hexmage side, or if we're also if the gods favor us on turn one, we can go Dark Ritual into Entomb and then reanimate our Grizzle Daddy. So win-win. Or the other way I can go is that Grief, evoke Grief, reanimate Grief. Yeah. So I'm banking on that because in terms of like card intensive combos, it kinda is the same. But if I reanimate Grizzle Daddy, I would just basically lose a Dark Ritual in a sense. So if I count the cards, that's 1, 2, 3. So that's Dark Ritual, Entomb, and Reanimate. So that's 3 cards. If I go with a Grief route, I take 1 discard and then Reanimate. So that's just like I save one card. So that's the thought process behind it, the way I see it. So if I go, if I have an Unmask in my hand and a Grief, I would go with Grief. Okay, our opponent is really thinking whether or not to go first. Okay, so opponent chose to go first. This hand does nothing for us. So we have Entomb and Dark Ritual, so I'm gonna mulligan. This one is quite cool. We do have Entomb into Thoughtseize, Reanimate, Unmask. So I'm gonna keep. And I'm going to bottom an Orberg. Hopefully that pays off for us. We don't know what they're playing, so let's see. I can lead off with a Thoughtseize here. Reason being I bottomed a Orberg is because it's a higher chance of me getting a mana source. So our perfect top draw would probably either be a swamp for me. So the perfect one is Dark Ritual, and we go to town, right? Oh, that's a Grief. So I can also just Grief and then discard the Thoughtseize, right? And sacrifice the Thoughtseizes right here. I'm going to play a land so that if they go days, I can pay for it. So yeah, I think we can go that route. Grief, we can remove the Thoughtseize. So if they go days, I'll just pay 1 and then I'll do the unmasking later. Because we also have a line where we can Entomb, Reanimate, which is quite cool. Yep. Opponent is deep in the tank. Okay, so evoke is second. I will still go first with the Grief side. I want to see what. Oh, so that's a Doomsday. So it's a Doomsday thing. Unearth into Baleful Strix. Does this have a draw a card? So I can take Unearth. Now I can just take Doomsday here. I have Unmask into Grizzle Daddy next turn. Doomsday. Down. I'll Entomb now and take a Grizzlebrand. That's the turn. Reason being is that if they draw an interaction, I don't want that to happen. 5 cards right here. During their upkeep, Unearth is from your graveyard. So that's why I didn't take it. I can unmask for my Grizzlebrand. That's a Ponder. They started off with a Ponder. So that's the thing that they drew. Okay, Underground Sea and tap. So that's a Swamp, Underground Sea. Okay, and drop Unmask. Okay, we're clear. Grizzlebrand. Pay 7. So nicely done, nicely done. We got them. We got them. So my plan there was to unmask and Grief or unmask Thoughtseize, and then later we can get away with hard casting Grief. So we got it. That was fun for me. Super good, super good. All right, last match for tonight. Looks like we're against Adlar, and our hand is not really that much bad, but honestly, we need a payoff here. We're gonna mulligan. Yo, mulligan. Almost had it. Mulligan to 3. Dark Ritual and 2. We're gonna keep bottom 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, please just be elves. Oh no. That's a Grave Titan. Yeah, let's go for it. Dark Ritual. Entomb, Grizzlebrand, Exhume. Okay. We just went for it. To the wall. To the wall, baby. B to the W. Oh my gosh. Okay, we don't know what they're playing. As usual, they're just gonna bottom up, put in Greaves. Titan is out. Elish Norn out. Actually, do I want one of the Titans? I'll keep one of the Titans. Because it's not a creature deck, I'm gonna take out the Villis as well. And one more Grizzle Daddy. Maximum hand disruption. Submit the turn. What is our opponent playing? Oh my god. Come on, baby. Go. Unmask, Grief. We don't have lands, Dark Depths all the way. We're gonna mulligan this. Entomb, Lake of the Dead, Dark Ritual, Exhume. Yeah, we're gonna keep. Let's bottom a Lake of the Dead. Dark Grizzlebrand. What are we gonna play with? What are we gonna do with that? Yeah. Yeah. Land drop. Dark Ritual. Entomb, Grizzlebrand. Reanimate. Oh, surgical. Okay. Surgical extraction. Good, good, good. No, they saw my deck. I feel so violated. Okay, fair enough. 6, show. Losing the mana. What I need now is grief. Good grief. So 2 lands. Okay, 6 go. Grief, please. Okay. What is this? Taiga? Taiga? Okay. Sylvan Library. Dark Depths. Okay. Don't mind if I do. F6 go. And now the waiting game commences. Should have put in a Necropotence here somewhere. Wasteland. Let's see what's up. What do you have? What type of deck are you? Veil of Summer. Yeah, fair enough. Can I still entomb? Can do it next turn. Snapcaster. Surgical. What are they gonna surgical extraction for? Lake of the Dead. Okay. Okay. I mean, not Lake of the Dead. I mean the other one. Entomb into a. I can go with Grave Titan, right? This time. Do I have any fatties? Just the Archon. I think I can cast the Archon. I mean the Titan, so I'm okay to put in the Cruelty here. Okay, go. Please pay a lot more lives. Oh, come on. What deck is this? 5 cards. Wonder. Looking for surgicals. Oh, Uro. Oh, it's a Uro deck. It's land Uro. And drop sacrifice as well. Here's an Exhume. Okay, they got all the things that they have. Okay, we're gonna scoop it up. They got us. Okay, with that in mind, we probably put in a bit more Titans. Because just, that's it, right? Grizzleby is not that important now because they have surgical extractions. Okay, let's hope for the best. Come on, Grief. Oh, we need them to be wrecked. Come on, deck. You can do this. I know you can do this. I'm gonna play first. Come on. Yes. Okay. Reanimate. Okay. Keep. Immediate keep. We're gonna keep this. Exile reanimate. I wanna see your head get wrecked. Go to main and drop Petal. Grief. Vote first. Let's see what you have in your hand. Towards two Plowshares. Brainstorm, Brainstorm. And here's my Exhume. You have nothing. I'm gonna take your swords. So you're left with 4 cards. That's it. Pass the turn. Go. Attack is the depths. Go. Taiga. Attack. Go. Come on, man. You can go all the way, Grief. Just go all the way. Okay. Is this a... What is this? Uro. Oh no. They got the Uro. Okay. Should have had the surgical extraction. Kinda sucks, but okay. Down to 13, past the third. You can get their grief. Oh no. Got the brainstorm. No! Thunder, brainstorm, all the 9 yards. Should have gotten the surgical extraction. Cardboard. Well, you live, you learn. Yep, that's Dark Ritual. Oh no, man. Go for it. That's a big Uro. Oh man, kinda feels bad. The grief. Good grief. Poke. Right, they got us. Concede the game. No! Now that was fun. Granted, I really did make a lot of mistakes because this was my first time playing the deck and playing Legacy thereof. There's a lot of things to learn. Plus, the same time, a lot of things to consider when you're playing specific types of decks. That being said, I really like the deck. The deck doesn't break your bank and can definitely steal wins. What did overperform? I believe Dark Depths and Vampire Hexmage is actually quite nice, pairing with our combo or our reanimation package. What did underperform? Well, honestly, I'm on the fence on 4 Griefs on the sideboard. I feel that I could still get most of 1 or 2. Also, I think the deck can benefit as with a Urza's Saga so that we can fetch Pithing Needle or Lotus Petal or any of those 1 or 2 artifact answers to our opponents. But I think that's something that we can consider going forward. This may change the deck look. This may change the deck's look, but I'm all for it. Alright, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing. I also have a Patreon if you want to support your boy. I put in my thoughts on the deck more in depth in terms of like the sideboarding plan, what's the progress of the deck right now, how many versions or iterations that I went through, what are the suggestions that you would like to make, special videos as well that I don't put into YouTube because it's a bit longer and I need to put it on a paywall per se. Also, if you want to catch me live, I am live on Twitch. Consider going in there. Also, check out my Discord. So, that's it. If you enjoyed my videos, check out more videos here and here. And as always, stay safe, y'all.